We know how we can make use of the find facility to find text values in our sheets or in our workbooks, but we can also make use of the same tool to find particular formats that we might be looking for. So we need to bring up the Find dialog box to start with, which is on the Home ribbon, and Find and Select and Find brings the Find dialog box up, or Control F on the keyboard. So using the Find dialog box, which might or might not have its options expanded, we'll contract them just in case, and then options to view. You need the options expanding to be able to search for formatting. Over on the right here, we have a format option, which has a little drop down. Now we can choose the format from a particular cell, and it will look for exactly the same format that that cell has. And that's sort of okay, but it only looks for cells with exactly the same format. It may be that we're only looking for part of formatting that we're interested in. It may be that we're interested in finding out every bit of text that is bolded. Instead of selecting Choose Format from Cell, we're going to choose Format, which will bring the Format dialog box. And in here I set my requirements. So the requirement is that I'm looking for text that is bold. Okay. And then Find Next finds me the next cell that is bold, which is that one there. Next, next one there, next one there. Now currently I'm searching the whole workbook. We know we can restrict that to the current sheet or stick with the whole workbook. Now because we know there's a lot of bold cells, it might be easier to click Find All. And what that does is it finds every single occurrence that is bold. Let's move this box up and just open it a little bit. And you can see here the name of the file. So it's all the same file, Sales Data G, different sheets, January, February and March, and then different cells on each of those sheets is bold. And it even gives me the value and the formula within that cell. So I may be interested in this one here, 1523 on February. And one click anywhere along the line, which is to that cell E4 on the February sheet. So that's using Find All. So the Format search tool is Select, Format. And because I've already searched for bold, it remembers that. So before you do any further formatting searches, always remember to clear the Find Format first, otherwise it will retain that bold setting. So everything you look for will then have to still be bold. So I'm going to clear that, then go back into the drop down and choose Format and ask it to search for everything that is in white. So that's the only change, white text. OK, Find All. It then searches through the whole workbook because that's the setting I've got to find all the cells that have white text. And we can see there's quite a few of those as well. We can link through, we can just click and it will take us. Current contents is North. Notice there's no formula in any of these, so no formula is displayed, but I see the text content. So total A7 January, February sales for Inc Corp A1 in February. Let's click and we're taken to that cell there, February sales for Inc Corp in February. So that's the ability to find formatting values within a whole workbook. The reasons that you might want to do that is you might be looking for a particular typeface that you want to replace, or a particular font size that you want to replace, or a particular color. So that's why you would want to use the Find for formatting as opposed to just the text values within a cell. Don't forget to always clear the Find format, otherwise it will retain those settings the next time you come to the Find box. And then I can close the Find All section. So if I go back in, you'll see it reverts back to no formatting set. And I can effectively now use that same box to search for text values. Now if we want to carry out a replacement, perhaps we want to swap everything that's bold for italic, or everything that's got this brown background for a light blue background. Then we use the same dialog box, but we go into Replace. And here we have Find What and Replace with What. Well, we're interested in the formatting section up here, so we click the format, choose the format. I'm looking for bold items. Now we know already that there's quite a few bold items because we did a search for bold items. But I'd like to replace them by choosing Format with Italic. So effectively I'm going to go through the whole workbook and replace everything that's bold with italics. So the first step is to find the next occurrence, and it finds this cell here, E3, and then I can click Replace. Now clicking Replace does two things. It makes the replacement of bold for italic, and you can see that cell has gone from bold to italic, but it also is the same as clicking Find Next, because it then jumps to the next bold item. And I can click Replace, and it jumps to the next bold item. So I could step through replacing all the bold items one at a time, or I could simply just trust that I found them all and go Replace All. 22 further replacements, that doesn't count the two we already did. So 22 further replacements of bold text for italic text. Now if I want to instead make a replacement of this background colour, then I firstly need to clear Find Format, clear Replace Format, and then I have to pick, using the format, the correct fill colour for that brown there, which is that one. OK. I then go to Format, Format, Fill, and choose a different background colour, a nice blue there. Don't forget the foreground will still be white. And let's go darkish green. OK. So you can see in the preview, anything that's currently that dark brown background will now become a dark green background. I could do the little find next to see if it can find a cell, and then replace. And you can see it's done it for West. Then replace for total. And then it goes back to the top and starts again. So I'm quite happy that this is working. I would do replace all. 26 further replacements, so that's on top of the ones we already replaced ourselves. So that's using the replacement tool. So I've used find to find formatting, and then replace to replace one formatting with another. And you can see how easy it is to do that throughout a whole workbook.